Okay guys, I'm gonna do a video on something I meant to do like a while ago, but I never did because I forgot. And I'm gonna do my a little pro and con of what systems you should like. I'm gonna do a pro and con series of different system iterations and which ones you should buy. The first one I'm gonna start with because I have it out right now, and I just thought about it. I was like, hey, I meant to do a video on that when I first got it, but I never did. And I'm gonna do a video talking about the differences between the Famicom, the NES, the NES 2, or the top loader NES, and the AV Famicom, or the top loading AV support Famicom. You'll see what I mean by AV support. So first off, before I show you the AV Famicom, the Famicom, when it first came out, it only had RF support. And you know how bad RF is. RF has those nasty um bars, jail bars they call them, because it makes it look like jail bars going up and down the screen. It looks terrible, 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 terrible. Trust me, I know it because actually the NES Model 2 or the top loading NES is the same way. It only has RF because I have my top loading NES. I don't have it right now because a friend of mine is actually mining it for AV purposes to have like either just standard AV, the yellow, white and red cables, or the multi-out. And you're probably thinking, what multi-out? Well, this is when the AV Famicom is going to come into play here. Okay, first off, here's what it looks like. You got your reset, and then you got your power. Let me get you a view of the controller ports. Yes, they can use US controllers. Same pinout. Now, there's a little port on the side here. I'll explain what that is in a second. Before I talk about anything else, here's what I mean about the multi-out. Now, if you're a collector like me, you'll know what that looks like. That's the same connector as a N64 or a GameCube or a Super Nintendo. Same cables. So if you have Super Nintendo cables or N64 or GameCube, you're fine. Now, this power port, you're going to need either one of two things. One, either an original Famicom adapter, which I wouldn't buy because I've heard horror stories of them like blowing up or like just like frying out after a while, and just not worth investing in because they're like 15-20 bucks after shipping usually. So don't buy. I wouldn't buy those unless you just want to have a original adapter with it, or you could do the right I do, or option B, probably the best option, is to get a Genesis Model 1. A Genesis Model 1. Model 1. I'm going to stress that. Model 1. The first model. The big fat model with the headphone jack. That model. You can get that adapter and use it. That adapter will work. If you try any other adapter like a Nintendo or anything like that, it will fry it. Because I've actually fried a Japanese clone system I had. It was called the Pocket Fami. I wish I could do a video on it, but I fried it when I was a kid because I was stupid. Luckily, it still worked with batteries, but it doesn't work anymore. I think the connector broke or something. But it will fry if you use the wrong port. So make sure you use the right adapter. If you don't, you will fry this system and you'll be out like 100 or 80 to 100, 110, 120 bucks. Depending on if you're like me and buy one complete box. Because mine was like I think like 120 or something, and it was like a Christmas birthday present from my parents. So I take really good care of this, and this thing's like I rarely play it. Like I haven't played it in a while, but I got a couple Famicom games recently, like new ones, and I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna play some of my Nintendo games. So I'm playing it, and that's what reminded me about doing this video. Now, after I just said all that stuff about the adapter, now let's talk about the controllers. I don't have them with me, but if you've seen the dog bone controllers, the little they're shaped like a dog bone, and they include two of them. There's two of them. When you originally would buy new, because mine came with two, and when you buy them, they come with two. So okay. The basic what I'm trying to tell you is they come with two controllers, so you'll be set. You wanted to buy any other controllers unless you want to play like multi-tap games or four score games. But the bad thing about the controllers are they have a really short cord. Because I've always pulled this off the little table laptop stand thing I have it on. Because it's so short and I sit so far back. This cord's kind of short, so just be prepared for that. But if you want, you can easily just use original NES controllers too. They work fine, so no big deal. But I like using the original stock controllers that I have because why not? Like, plus I'm used to it now, so that is one minor little gripe is that the wires are really short and they kind of have to be kind of close, so you don't like yank on the cord too much. So you don't want to sit back too far. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So that's probably a little minor gripe. Now you're probably thinking, well, how do you play US games if you don't have your top loader yet? Well, this bad boy right here, this little converter will play all like 90. I want to say like 95, maybe 97% of all NES games. I say 90, 95 to 97 because I'm not sure of any other games besides the one I'm gonna name that it won't play. But one I know for sure it won't play is one I'm so mad about because I have it. I'm like, oh, I can't play it until I get my top loader back because it got some special graphics chip or something in it. But I'm not sure exactly. But it's Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. This will not work, but that will not work with this. So if you're only gonna play that on this, you're kind of SOL because you can't. Sure, like when you put it in, it loads up, but once you get like to the like opening part of the game where there's a the little opening music it does, it just goes black and it's like, oh, because I got home from the flea market where I got it from. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play Castlevania 3, and I was like, shit, doesn't this have like a freaking special chip in it? And I put it in, and it booted up first. I was like, oh yeah, it worked. And I pressed start, and I was like, oh no, it didn't work. Ah. And I was like, how am I gonna play it? And I was like, oh, my top loader. And I'm like, crap, I don't have my top loader anymore. I gave it to Doug Devon. Yeah, my friend Doug. Shout out to Doug for actually taking the time to mod it. I know he's got some other projects he's doing, that's why it's taking so long. So, I'm cool with that, but whatever, dude. It don't matter if you see this video. It don't matter. I'm not even worried about it. But I was like bummed out. It's like, because I know it's a really good game, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play it because I've never fully played through 3. I played through 1 and 2 all the way emulated, but I want to play 3 on the real thing. I want to actually sit through and play 3 on the real thing and try to beat it on the real thing. And I can't until I get that back. So that's the only gripe with this. And this plastic shell it's kind of cheap a little bit because the first one I got, it actually arrived broken. Like it was like literally like I had to remove this back sticker here to get to the screws to unscrew it to take the board out, just so I could use it because it it was like it's a little difficult to pull out. I don't want to say like death grips the pins, but there's really no grip you can get on it, at least for me. So you really have to like hold your system down, like pull out one side at a time to make sure you and don't squeeze too hard because this plastic is really cheap and brittle. So make sure if you buy this, it's like $30 I think, but you can buy these without the shell. So if you want to just buy them cheap, you can buy them cheap for like $10 without the shell. But without the shell, like you'd have to put in like a plastic baggie or something to keep dust out of it because that's what I did when I had it. Is when I because I sent the original one back and got this replacement one. It's been fine ever since. But I mean that's what I did until I sent it back. I didn't feel like sending it back right away. I did it like a month before the send back period was like up, and I was like, oh, I might as well just send it back and get a new one. Like I didn't do it because I thought it was gonna be the same way, but this one's actually held up pretty good. So I would recommend just buying the bare board if you're comfortable with handling just the bare board. Just just be forewarned that to put it in something to keep dust out of it and to keep it clean. Because you want to make sure these stay clean. Because I mean, you still want to make sure your carts are clean every time you use this. If your carts are dirty, it'll dirty these pins up, and it won't read the game, and you'll be frustrated, but it'll be fine. Another problem about having this is you wanted to buy that stupid adapter for um, the NES Model 2 to use the Game Genie. Because you can just go over to your AV Famicom, plug this in, plug the um, plug the Game Genie in, and it'll work just fine. You wanted to buy that stupid expensive adapter you had to like send out from Gloob. You wanted to get that stupid thing. I forget why you had to get that adapter. I think like if you put the Game Genie in the top loader, like either one wouldn't fit, or two if you actually managed to like shove it in there, it would get stuck. Which I don't know why the hell some idiot would shove it in there and make it get stuck. But you need like basically the thing that Gloob would send you is basically the size of this, and you would just stick it in there, and then you would stick the Game Genie in. It's basically a pass through. That's basically all it is. And it's like, why? Why did you not just make another Game Genie that was like slimmer? Because those things were like stupid. They had that big, stupid little flap that you had to like pull on. Why didn't you just take that freaking flap out and use and like extend the little the little bottom piece that would go in? I don't know. They could have done it a better way, but whatever. That's the way they did it. But whatever. This is probably cheaper than buying one of those. Because one of those adapters is like $100. You could buy this, the AV Famicom, plus this for probably the price of a top loader and an adapter. You'd be set. But now I'm going to talk about one of the other bigger downsides, and it deals with this port on the side here that I talked about. This port. Let me take out the cover. Okay. Okay, if you look at that port, you're probably thinking, what would go in that port? And sadly, what goes in that port is either A, third-party controllers, or B, a Japanese zapper. Yes, the Japanese zapper had a different, like, pinout, I guess, than the US one. Because, because you know that the original Famicom, the controllers were like built into the unit, so you couldn't like unplug them. They were literally attached. Like if this was a Famicom, they'd be coming out of the back of the console. So that was a major flaw in my opinion. Why build them into the console? Like that's stupid. But anyway, but basically, it was so you could have Zapper support. And you're probably thinking, well, why can't you just use a US Zapper? Well, because when you plug in a game like Duck Hunt or Hogan's Alley or whatever other shooting games are, I can't think of any other ones. But if let's say you want to play Duck Hunt, you plug in a controller and you plug in a Zapper, and you're thinking, oh, it's gonna work. Well, sadly, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work because I've tried it multiple times, and it just doesn't register the gun at all. And I'm like, why? Now the good news is, if you want to get an AV Famicom, you can get a US Zapper to work, but you have to mod it. Like, yeah, you literally have to open up your system and put some wire somewhere. There's a video on how to do it. And I'm like, I'm not modding my AV Famicom just to play freaking Duck Hunt. Like, I'll just get a freaking. This was before I got the top loader, like the top loader NES, because I was like, shit, I won't be able to play Duck Hunt now. I was like, oh well, I won't put up. I want to play Duck Hunt, but because Duck Hunt's one of my favorite games. But I was like, one game, oh well, I'm fine. Then I found the top loader at the flea market. I was like, sweet, I got a top loader. And then once I get a mod, I'll be able to play Duck Hunt again. That's pretty much probably what I'll probably use my US Top Loader for. That and to play Castlevania 3, but that's one major gripe. You know, you're probably thinking, well, why not just buy a Japanese Zapper? Well, those Japanese Zappers are not cheap. They're like 60 to 80, sometimes even $100. Last time I looked. Now they might have went down, but they're not as cheap as US Zappers. The US Zapper is like $15, and then they're not that cheap in Japan. And the only reason I can think of that they're so expensive is one, because they look like a real gun. Like literally, they look like a real revolver. They look cool, but I'm not spending freaking $80 for a freaking Zapper. If I ever get one, I'll do a video on it, because they look really cool, and they actually like make a popping noise when you can cock it too. I've seen videos. They look cool, but I'm not paying no $80 freaking dollars for a freaking Zapper. No, that ain't happening. I don't think so. I'll just wait to get my US Top Loader back so I can blow away some ducks. Because I love me some Duck Hunt. I'm actually really good at Duck Hunt. Like, Duck Hunt's one of my favorite games. So that's another gripe with this. You can't play Duck Hunt unless you get a Japanese Zapper or you mod your system. And I'm really against modding systems if, like, it's something weird to make them, like, play something that it's not supposed to be able to play. Like, to mod this to play Duck Hunt would be stupid because technically it can still play Duck Hunt, you just need a Japanese Zapper. So I don't want to like cannibalize this and open it up and modify it and not keep it original. I like to give them stock as possible. And now you're probably going to call me a hypocrite thinking, well, why are you modding your top loader then? Well, because RF is terrible. RF picture is terrible. I can't deal with that. I tried. I couldn't do it. So stupid. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm just weak. Nah, it's not terrible, but I mean, at the same time, I just wanted to have the best picture I could possibly get out of it, besides one like RGB or HDMI. But I didn't want to like go all out. I don't want to play it in HD. I want to play it like it was meant to be played. So to quickly summarize, if you buy this, know what you're getting into. Make sure you have the right adapter. Make sure you have a converter if you want to play US games. Make sure. Oh, let me put my cover back on here. But make sure you have the right adapter. Make sure you have. Make sure you know it won't be able to play every game if you play US games. Um, make sure. Now I lost my train of thought. So I said, make sure you have the right AC adapter. Make sure you realize that the converter can't play every game, because that does, realizing that does suck. But I'm pretty sure it's only like a handful of games. Major one is Castlevania 3. So make sure you know that going in, and make sure you know about the third party controller or zapper support. Make sure you know that. The cons are what I just said. Basically, no US zapper support, the short cord for the controller, and trying to think of another one. Hell, I guess having to buy like a different adapter for a Genesis. Like, if you don't have a Genesis Model 1, it would kind of suck, because those are like $15 now too. So you have to buy another adapter. You can't just buy a Nintendo adapter. So that kind of sucks. For me, it didn't, but for the average consumer, it would, because I already had a Genesis Model 1. I did buy a separate adapter, so I didn't have to keep swapping it out of the box, because I have a Genesis Model 1 complete in box. I didn't feel like drawing my box out, so I was lazy and bought another one. So, but the person I got it for giving me a good deal. So cons are short cord, you have to buy a new adapter, and you can't play all the games with a US converter. But, I mean, in all honesty, if you're looking for a good way to play imports without having to buy like a converter or anything like that, buy this and then buy one of those cheap like converters without the shell. But then on the same time, you could buy it on the US Top Loader too. You can buy the same converters, but you won't have the AV support. So it's like a catch-22. Yeah, you'll be able to play all the games plus Famicom if you get the converter for the US Top Loader to play Japanese games, which they're cheap. But I think this is your best option because you already have the AV support. And sure, there's like one or two games you can't play, but I mean, what's one or two games? If you really want to play them that bad, just go buy a top loader or buy a toaster model. That's why my other top loader is getting modded right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative enough for you. If there's anything that I missed, let me know. If there's any questions you have, let me know. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. Like I did last video I did. I forgot to talk about some things. That's why I redid this. And one more thing before I forget. This does support the 4-score. It does work with the multi-adapter. The 4-score for 4 players. But not many games use that. That's why I didn't really talk about it. Because the only game I have that uses it is Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's really the only game I can think of that uses it. Unless there's like other, that's the only game I can think of. And maybe like, I can't really think of any other games. But yes, it does work with the 4-score. And the satellite. So yeah, there you go. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the AV Famicom, or the top loader, or the NES Toaster, or the Famicom. Famicom I won't be able to help you out with too much, but other stuff like that with the NES and the top loader and the AV Famicom, I'll be able to help you out with. Anything to do with Famicom, I can try to help you out with, or point you in the direction of where to go to get help. But, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And one more quick note I want to say before I end this video is I want to give a huge shout out to all my current and future Patreon supporters, because since my last video I've gotten a ton of new support for that. I can't believe people are really still wanting to support me, even though I don't like really give you guys anything physical. But a lot of you said you don't give a crap, you just like these videos that I do. So I'm really appreciative of that. That really blows my mind. I can't wait to be doing more videos like this and getting more cool stuff like this to talk about, to tell you guys, like, hey, this is worth buying because this is worth buying. So it's because of you guys I'm able to do like cool videos like this, and I'm able to like buy stuff for my collection and talk about stuff that's in my collection that I think you guys should pick up. And the AV Famicom is one of them things. It's it's a really neat system, and I love Japanese stuff. I highly recommend this system, especially if you're an avid Nintendo collector and player. It's really worth your money, and plus it looks really cool just sitting out. And I really want to thank every one of my subscribers, every one of my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be having as much fun with it as I am. Well, what the hell? Yeah, I would be, but it's just so much better knowing you guys love this stuff like I do. Oh, it's so great that I'm getting all this support. It's so crazy. Think about it. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to be doing more videos talking about what systems I think you should buy. Mainly retro stuff because that's what I'm really into. I'm not into like any of the newer stuff. I won't be talking about the Xbox One X or nothing like that. It's mainly going to be like retro stuff. The next video I'm planning on doing is talking about what Super Nintendo to buy. And if you should buy any of the clone systems that are out there. And I could talk about it now with the NES, but I'll save that for the Super Nintendo video I do, because most of the clone systems are like 2-in-1 systems, so I'll just wait for the Super Nintendo video I do. That one, I might have to like wait for a little bit, because I want to see if I can go to the flea market and like borrow one of the SNES Juniors to like play with it for a little bit and see if I notice any big differences between the two, because I don't have a Junior or the SNES Mini, the Model 2 Super Nintendo. I don't have one of those, so I really can't do a full video on that yet. But I do have at least 3 of the 4. Well, I should say like 3 of the 5. I think there's 5 Genesis. This is I have a Model 1, Model 2, and Nomad. I do not have a JVCXI or a Model 3 Genesis. I wish I had a JVCXI and then I could do a full video talking about Genesis, but those are expensive. So I probably won't talk about those. But I do know about them, so I might when I do that video. So that's what kind of videos I'm going to be doing next. And I'll do a video talking about the N64 at some point, as well as the Game Boy and stuff like that. So I'll let you guys know. Just stay tuned to my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter too. Twitter is a really good place to let know when I upload a video, because anytime I upload a video, it automatically tweets out. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. If you have a Twitter, follow me. If you don't, that's fine. If you have a YouTube, make sure you click that notification bell and say turn on notifications anytime Handle Game Fan uploads a video, because that'll let you know, hey, I just uploaded a video, and then you can go check it out and give it a thumbs up, because that really helps. You don't have to be a Patreon supporter, but if you want to, give whatever you can. $1, $3, $5, whatever, it doesn't matter. A dollar is like huge. $1 would be huge. Like, any amount that you guys are willing to give to me would be fine. Even a like and a share would be great, because that would give me that boost. Give me that little sub boost and that little AdSense boost, because you know the AdSense stuff is getting worse with everything, with all the demonetization. So it helps having Patreon now. That's why I'm glad I kind of have that extra support there, because it has been hurting my channel a little bit because I've seen my rev dip down a little bit. But it's not too bad, but it is there and it is happening. But most of the time, the videos that get flagged are usually fixed, and then we'll go back to being monetized. Some aren't, but whatever. It's fine. The ones that get the most views are still monetized. That's what's good. But okay, I'm gonna be done rambling now. So let me know what you guys thought about this video, minus the rambling part. Um, but let me know if you guys have any questions about the AV Famicom or the NES or the Top Loader or the original Famicom, and I will try to help you as best I can. And if you have any questions about like cleaning your systems and what I do, let me know. I do plan on doing a video about that sometime soon. So let me know if you have any questions about what I do, my techniques, whatever. If you do, just hit me up on Facebook or comment. And make sure you like and subscribe if you're not already. And thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.